Hello. So this equation is to write equation problems. You're going to see, we're going to do word problems and figure out what the equation is. We're also going to have the equation and figure out what the word problem will be. All right, we're going to start with this warm up. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead. You can go ahead and put it into your calculator, see if you can get that answer before I put all the steps up on the board on how you would do this. So this shows division here. The opposite is to multiply. So you multiply both sides by 2. The 2's cancel on the left side. So we're left with just 2x plus 8. Then you multiply 6 times 2 and you get 12. And then you would subtract 8 from both sides. We're left with 2x on the left. 12 minus 8 is 4. Divide by 2, and x is equal to 2. All right, so let's look at what you can pause this if you're still working on the calculator, just make sure that you got the answer too. So here's what the essential question is. How do you determine real-world situation from an equation? Today, I'm going to write a real-world problem from an equation so that I can explain how to write a real world problem from an equation. I'll know I got it if I can show how to write a real world problem when given an equation. All right, so this academic vocabulary you should already have. And then you can pause this, screenshot it, but it is also in Class Kick under the Unit 2 notes. So translating, let's just practice a few here. This says 4 times a number plus 8 is 42. Pretty straightforward with this one. So you have a number, that's our variable. We don't know what the number is. So you can use n, x, whatever. So I'm going to do 4n, 4 times a number, plus 8. And then is equal, and then 42. The next one, it says a number divided by 2. So a number divided by 2 minus 4 is 8. The next one, 5 times a number plus 2 is 2 times a number minus 4. All right, just practice translating. Well, let's go ahead and look at one of the word problems. So a bus departed from New York at 11 p.m. with 44 passengers. An hour later, a few passengers got off at New Jersey. The number of passengers who boarded the bus at New Jersey were twice the number of passengers who got off the bus. If the bus has 50 passengers now, how many passengers got off at New Jersey? So that's what we're looking for. Remember, you're always going to, for the unknown, how many passengers. So we're going to just say, all right, let our variable x equal the number of passengers. I'm just going to put an arrow, so I don't have to write all that out, who got off in New Jersey. So let's go back up to the word problem. It said a bus departed from New York at 11 with 44 passengers. So it starts with 44. An hour later, a few passengers got off at New Jersey. So that's our variable that we're looking at. So if we started with 44 and X number of passengers got off, that's minus X, because we don't know how many. Then it says the number of passengers who boarded the bus at New Jersey were twice the number of passengers who got off the bus. If the bus now has 50 passengers, how many did get off in New Jersey? So this right here, the number of passengers who boarded the bus at New Jersey were twice the number who got off. So you're going to represent that by 2x. Okay, and it says if the bus has 50 now, how many got off in New Jersey? So we're going to put in this plus 2x because it says boarded the bus. So we're adding 2x, twice the passengers who got off. and we now have 50. We need to combine like terms. So these are like terms here. This is like a 1, so it's 2 minus 1. We just have 1x left, which you can just write as x. And then you have this 44. Now it's a positive x, so we're going to put plus. And then we're going to solve that, so we're going to subtract 44 from both sides. And x equals 6. All right, hopefully that makes sense. That's more like an algebra problem. So let's go ahead and look at this one where you're given the equation. So 5n plus 12 equals 2n plus 48. And we're trying to figure out the situation. So it says Jim and Paul all together have 12 plus 48 marbles. Okay, so if you put that together, that would have to be on the same side, and they're on different sides. Jim has 5n marbles and Paul has 2n. How many marbles does Jim have? So that would look like, if that equation would look like 5n plus 2n is equal to 12 plus 48. So that's not the answer. All right, this one, Jim and Paul all together have 5n plus 2n marbles. Jim has 12 marbles and Paul has 48. Again, very similar equation, so that's not it either. All right, the next one, Jim and Paul all together have 2n plus 48. Jim has 5n plus 12 more than Paul. Okay, so if this is how many they have all together, then it wouldn't be equal to this part. So let's look at, hopefully it's the last one. Jim and Paul all together have 2n plus 48. Jim has 5n marbles and Paul has 12. Yes, so see how that works? So here's what they have all together, and that's this part. Jim has 5n, so this would be Jim, and then Paul has 12. So it's D. All right, here's another one. 7x plus 1 equals 10x. Brody ran a constant rate of 7 miles per hour. Okay, so that could be 7x. Candace ran a constant rate of 10 miles per hour. That could be 10x per hour in her race and started a mile in front of a starting point. What is x, the number of hours that Brody and Candace would have to run in order for their distance to be the same? So she started a mile in front. So let's go to the next one and see if that one makes sense. Brody played a game where he scored 8 points. Well, I don't even see an 8, so it's definitely not B. C, Brody went to 2 different amusement parks. The first park charged $7 per hour and gave a 1% discount. Okay, this is +1. It's not showing a discount, so that's not going to work. All right, let's look at D. Brody rode his bicycle on 2 different days. The first day he rode 7 miles per hour and started 1 mile from his house. The second day he started from the house and rode 10 miles per hour. All right, so what is X, the number of hours that Brody rode? All right, so look at A and D again. Let's hold on, this should not be in your view. Goodness, okay. And let's decide which one it's going to be. Let me pull up the PowerPoint real quick. Y'all think about that. Hopefully you've had some time to think and you know that the answer should be D, because he started a mile from his house, so that's that +1. All right, so let's look at the next one. So here's our equation. 340 plus 5x is equal to 650 minus 8x. So Sierra has a bucket that originally contained 340 fluid ounces of water. and is being filled at a rate of 5 fluid ounces per minute. So that could represent the 5x, 5 times the number of minutes. Brian has a bucket that originally contained 650 ounces of water and is being drained at the rate of 8 ounces per minute. Yep, that's exactly what it is, because if it's drained, you're taking it out. So the answer is A for that one. That was a little bit easier than that other one. So hopefully you understand how to find the word problem from the equation. It just takes a little bit of practice. If you need help, please reach out to me. Make sure you are completing these lessons. Go through the OMS lesson for this for better understanding.